I invite you to geek out with the Motorola Droid Turbo, next on Geeks Mac Review. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to the Geeks Mac Review, where we review items, we talk to people, do a whole bunch of stuff. You can check it out over at Geekazine.com. Just think magazine, put in a geek. You can Twitter me at Geekazine or geekazine@gmail.com. In today's mobile world, we want one thing from our smartphones, and that is the ability to hold a battery life. The Droid Turbo is the latest in high-end battery smartphones that not only holds a charge, but can recharge 30% within 15 minutes. On the Verizon network, it becomes the workhorse that you need when you need it. Now, usually I take a week or two to get to know a phone and then do my review. Every now and then, I kind of like to slow the whole process down, really get to know something, such as the Droid Turbo here. Would it become a phone that I would use for the next 2 years? I decided to take it with me to the biggest battleground that I know of, the Consumer Electronics Show and the North American International Car Show. Now, if you've ever been to a major event, you basically know two things. One, your feet are going to hurt. And two, your phone is going to be dead by noon, if not sooner, unless you have a battery charger. That's how I wanted to test the Droid Turbo. Now, before I get into that, let's talk all the specs of this little device right here. It's a quad-core processor with 2.7 gigahertz and 64-bit memory address. The graphics, Adreno 420 at 600 megahertz, and the internal RAM is 3 gigabytes, so it'll play games and video with minimal skips. You can get the phone in two storage options, 32 and 64 gigabytes, enough to store 600 songs or thousands of photos, even a few TV shows or movies. In UHD, it even does 4K video. Rear camera is 21 megapixel at 4.3 and 15.5 megapixel at 16.9. Dual LED flash will help with low light photos, and the camera will do 4 times zoom and slow motion video. Even the front camera can do 1080p through its 2 megapixel sensor. Now let's investigate the battery, where this device excels in. Depending on the usage, you can get up to 48 hours on this device. It's a 3900 milliamp battery and has a fast charge option, so you can get up to 8 hours mixed within a 15-minute charge. So if you're in the airport between flights and you're almost out of battery, you can plug this in for 15 minutes to get through that last leg. So we have a good idea of how this device works, but when we come back, I'm going to tell you how the phone worked while I was at the Consumer Electronics Show and North American International Car Show. We have an idea what's inside. The real question, how does it work, especially when you use it to its maximum capacity? I brought this phone along with my regular Nexus 5 to Las Vegas. The Nexus 5 has a 2300 milliamp battery, Turbo 3900, so I knew the Turbo was going to last longer battery-wise than my phone. But I didn't think that it would go all day without a recharge. Both phones have Lollipop installed and all the exact same apps on them. If I got notification on one, I got notification on the other. The Turbo had only one extra job. It was my camera for the show. I would take pictures from the Turbo and then have those photos upload to my Dropbox account. That actually can take a lot of battery life on its own. Now here's the kicker. At the end of the day, the Turbo would be at 20%, where my Nexus 5 would be on its third battery charge via the Mophie. What that basically means is I can take one less charger and not have that much cable crossing from one pocket to the other. You know what cable crossing is, where the charger is in one pocket and the cable crosses over to the other pocket where your phone is. The Turbo also has the fast charging, which comes in very handy. If I do have to cable cross, it's only for a few minutes with a decent charger. My phone is then ready for another round. There are a lot of other features I really liked on this phone. Like I said, I used it more as a camera for the event, and it did a decent job. Granted, not all pictures came out perfect because I was basically running and gunning, but most of those pictures came out nice and clear and big. So you can actually see all the photos over at cesgeek.tumblr.com. I also like the camera and slow motion video. It's very similar to the iPhone 6. I shot some video of the water show over at the Bellagio, and basically selfies are a lot easier with the tap anywhere to shoot screen. You can even take a picture while recording video. Couple things that I didn't like about the Turbo: taking pictures in low light was a little bit more difficult, but of course any camera phone is gonna be the same way. The notification blinking and the swipe to activate screen, I don't like those features, and I usually turn the option off, but the phone screen still seems to kind of turn itself on from time to time. If you do shake it, it does come up, and of course if you do the shake, you can bring the camera up and take pictures as well. Overall, the Droid Turbo is a device I could see in my pocket for the next 2 years. I can get those important pictures and still have enough battery to upload and send. And, make a phone call or two, possibly. And that is the Motorola Droid Turbo review. Folks over at Verizon, thank you very much for letting me borrow the phone for a while. Of course, they let me borrow the phone, but all the opinions that I expressed are my own, and there was no influence on their part whatsoever. Jeffrey Powers here with Geekazine. Got a lot more reviews. We've got a whole bunch of stuff over at CES. Check it out over at Geekazine.com, Think Magazine, Put in a Geek, or YouTube.com/Geekazine. Also, like over on Facebook, Facebook.com/Geekazine. Till next time, you guys, geek out.